As a continuation of the fat loss facts, today want to sort of reinforce that when you're in a calorie deficit, it's very important that you're in strength training. And we said previously that strength training is obvious, but it's obvious because it helps you to maintain muscle. It helps to prevent muscle loss. It helps you to slow your metabolism for that exact reason. So I think it's a key point once you're in a calorie deficit to focus on strength training, probably more so than any other type of exercise, at least at the very beginning when you're first making changes. Also, I mean, along those lines, you don't have to work out every day. There's a misconception out there that you have to work out every day. You might want to for your calorie deficit. You might want to for your mental health, but there's no physical need to work out every day. And we actually probably want to argue against it because it's possible that you can overtrain, you can break down, you can stress out your body even more. So you're probably best to give yourself a few rest days, or at the very least, active rest, less intense exercise, perhaps something like yoga, something like walking outside, leisurely swimming, whatever it might be. And finally, where it comes to trackers, sorry to say that they're probably off in terms of their calculations. They make a lot of assumptions, and that goes for not just activity trackers, but some of the machines that you might be using that are calculating how many calories you're burning when you're on the treadmill, for example. It just assumes based on an average person that it has fit into its calculations. It's not asking, and if you haven't plugged in your weight, your age, all that stuff, it can't properly calculate what you're burning. And your heart rate monitor, your activity tracker is helping. It's more accurate than not tracking, but to fully lean on it and expect it to be accurate, unfortunately it's not. It's a good gauge and it's something to look at. Same thing with MyFitnessPal. There's in some cases that some of those foods have been inputted by somebody without the right numbers. It's a user-led database for the most part. So it's possible that somebody entered it wrong, and there's a whole conversation about how to accurately track. But the point is that you don't want to assume that it's 100% accurate. And for that same reason, the more consistent you get, if it's over tracking one day and under tracking the other, it probably washes out in the end. By the end of the month, at the end of the year, it probably averages out properly. Sometimes it's over, sometimes it's under. So it's okay for it to be a little bit inaccurate. It's just a really good guide. But good news is activity trackers are probably pretty good with steps for the most part, pretty accurate. So you can use them for a good gauge of how little sedentary you might be, or if you might be too sedentary already. So again, those are 3 more fat loss facts for you to consider.